Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to speak about mentorship. We are going to speak about the role of young people, the role of women and girls in the e-mobility sector. And our guest for today, she will introduce herself. She is very well known. If you work in the e-mobility sector, you must have met Faith, who is a very, very well-known advocate for women, for youth in the STEM sector, and she will tell us more about that. So today is more about young people, more about women who are interested to getting themselves involved in the e-mobility sector, and Faith is here to support us in understanding what is e-mobility. Every time that term is being used as if everybody understands. So Faith, I will let you introduce yourself, say hi to our viewers, and tell us why you have visited our channel and what to expect from you.
Thank you very much, viewers and everyone else who has a chance to watch this, and everyone else who will be looking at this. My name is Faith Waraki, and I am in this channel reaching out to be able to share some of the key things that we are advocating for, some of the areas that we are championing for the empowerment of our youths, empowerment of our girls and women in the e-mobility sector. E-mobility is a very wide sector, and as we have this conversation, you will be able to understand what we mean when we say that this is a very, very, very wide sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. Okay. And we are very eager to hear what you are bringing to us.
Okay.
This sector of e-mobility in Kenya, of course, it is being driven by the entrepreneurs, the people with money who are able to import some vehicles from China or from elsewhere. But your advocacy is centered around women and youth.
Yeah.
Why that category?
Okay. Thank you so much, Joseph, for that question. I get that question more often. And it is good for our viewer to know that the gaps in the e-mobility sector, when it comes to the percentage on the youths and on the women, is still very, very low, not only in Kenya, but in East Africa and Africa. And as we are looking at the shift of the global focus, when it comes to innovation, when it comes to technology, when it comes to the changes in the dynamics in STEM and tech, Africa must not always follow, but it must also lead. And the biggest challenge really is the acquiring of the right skills when it comes to the reskilling, upskilling, and capacity building of a future talent-ready pipeline. For the women and for the youths, the gaps are very, 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 very low. And so what I am doing currently is to create the visibility and awareness that there exists a very big gap that we all need to look at, that we all need to focus on, and look at the key areas that we need to actually focus on so that we can accelerate the element of the percentages in both the women, the girls, and the youths in the e-mobility sector so that they are not left behind. Yeah.
Very well. And I think that as we continue, we are going to discuss how a young person out there, a lady out there, can actually participate in the advocacy work you are doing or can become a beneficiary. Probably you will outline to us, the next step or the next action some of those young people can take to be an actual participant in the e-mobility. But before we get there, I wanted you give us a big picture of what is e-mobility, because anytime we mention e-mobility, people will think only about electric vehicles, maybe the electric boda-bodas, electric tuk-tuk, and the four-wheelers and the e-bus. What is like e-mobility in general definition?
Okay. E-mobility is a vast term that has been sometimes misused to only make the people listening to the word think that it is all about electric vehicles alone. But when you dig further, when you familiarize yourself with STEM, when you familiarize with yourself with Youth in STEM and E-Mobility Network, which is one of the fastest growing network when it comes to the initiatives, the possibilities, the opportunities that are there for the youths, you will start to understand that e-mobility has not only the electric vehicles, it has also the climate change conversation. It has also the e-waste conversation. It has also the element of reduce, reuse, recycle conversation. It has also the element of agriculture. It has also the element of green buildings. There is a whole interconnection, 360 degrees, when we are talking about the e-mobility sector. But I know the biggest subject has been the electric vehicles, the two-wheeler, the three-wheeler, the four-wheeler, the trucks, and the buses. But we are trying within our own capacity to explain, to break it down in very, very, very simple terms, the areas that the youth can come in the e-mobility sector, where they can fit in, where their skill set can be accommodated. And when it comes to the area of STEM, their capacity to reskill and upskill from maybe an area of focus that they have done in their learning institution, in their university, in their TVET courses. And then in upskilling and reskilling, they are able to actually get a skill set that will open an opportunity for them in the e-mobility sector. And when we have had these conversations with our youths in our awareness workshops, in our mentorship and coaching workshops, very many of these youths, very many of these girls, very many of these women have gone home understanding about the e-mobility sector in a very, very, very different way. Yes.
You have mentioned something called Youth in E-Mobility Network.
Yes.
What is it? Is it a kind of a group that people subscribe to or join, and then they take advantage of your programs? Or how does it work, and how can someone join?
Yes, it's possible to join. And currently, we don't have a subscription fee. We are actually doing it for free because we want to accommodate as many as we can. Our website is www.youthinstemnetwork.com. And for those who are looking into getting into the Women Accelerator programs that I will be able to speak about, we also have our emails and our website, greenwomenaccelerator.org. In the Youth in STEM space, we have our emails where we collect a lot of inquiries from our youths who are interested in the capacities, the opportunities that are there, the element of networking. And we have an email where we correct all those inquiries, which is info@youthinstemnetwork.com. Or you can use faith.waraki@youthinstemnetwork.com if you want an area of focus that you might maybe need a further networking opportunity, or maybe being able to understand whether there is an opportunity in either an internship or an area of focus that you want clarification on. So we have these websites. We are on LinkedIn, the professional page, Youth in STEM E-Mobility Network, and Green Women Accelerator. And when you reach out to us in either the websites, you'll be able to see our social media handles. We are also on Instagram and Twitter. Yes.
Wow, that looks like very, very good stuff. But you mean you do all these things for free?
Currently we are, but by the end of this year, once we get some partnerships that we are lobbying for, and I believe that very soon when we have this shooting going viral. Some of these partnerships will be able to reach out to see the type of work that we are doing and be able to support our youths, our girls, and our women. Because sincerely, without that type of support, then we are not able to reach the very many percentages of our youths and our women
All right.
like we want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look at the wider e-mobility sector, you have spoken about upscaling, upskilling, reskilling, and mentorship and guidance, so that youth can be able to identify the opportunities within the e-mobility, value chain, and see where they can plug in. But from your perspective, what kind of opportunity do you see out there for young people when it comes now to the green economy, e-mobility, and the climate change sector at large?
Okay, first, it's good to be honest to say that we do not have like an authentic curriculum within our learning institutions that touches on the green skills, where we can now say that we have an e-mobility curriculum in the University of Nairobi. We have an e-mobility curriculum that touches on all those angles I have tried to mention and highlight some of them, that you can get it at JKUAT or Kenyatta University. And that is not only in Kenya, but in Africa. But through learning opportunities, through online learning opportunities, through programs that are within STEM, it is possible to take up short courses. It is possible to take up online courses. It is possible to get partners who are willing to sponsor these courses. And it is also possible to be able to partner with organizations like Youth in STEM and e-mobility network has partnered with WTS Energy, where youths can be taught about installation of solar panels, how the solar panels operate, understanding the grid and all that. So what we have done is get as many partners as possible who can be able to coach our youths and mentor our youths and lead and guide our youths into the type of skill set that the world is looking for when it comes to green skills. And then on top of that, Youth in STEM and e-mobility network, together with the Green Women Accelerator, is in the business of incorporating the soft skills that are required when it comes to the e-mobility space. Because this culture of knowing it all and thinking that I have this degree, I went to the university and did this couple of years, I am now okay, I am equipped, is a thing that does not work anymore within the e-mobility sector because the technology is changing every other minute. So we try to mentor our youths and coach our youths in a way that they understand that they need to be agile. They need to be able to adapt into the new technology that is coming. They need to be able to learn and relearn. They need to be able to be guided. They need to do a lot of self-learning. And one of the things that we encourage our youths and we encourage our network is to do a lot of self-learning. And we actually advocate for the School of YouTube, where we say it's free.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. The School of YouTube.
Yes.
Yes, because I think everything we need, in a way, you will get it on YouTube. Probably it might be scattered. You have to watch more videos, but at the end of the day, you will get all that knowledge. So you have spoken about, the work you do to support the youth, to bring awareness on the opportunities, to guide them on how to do this learning for themselves, especially through the internet and the free sources. But in actual sense, like, how do you meet these young people? Where do you meet them? How do you do that advocacy? How do you mobilize them for an event? And do you have any of those events in the upcoming days that maybe our viewers could participate in?
Yes. First, I would say that we have programs and initiatives and even workshops. We even have online workshops, webinars, And we do our meetings in a hub that is along Thika Road. That is a sponsored space by Greenpeace Africa called Obunifu Hub Planet One, where we have a safe space and a free space for our youths. We have partnered with the hub so that they can help us in accelerating these conversations. Every other time when you visit this hub, you will always find youths who are here, who have come in either to do their self-learning, or they have come in through a program, or they have come in through an invite by Greenpeace Africa. And through our workshops and programs, we invite our youths using our emails, our platforms. We have a WhatsApp channel where we share our details, where we share our upcoming programs. Like this next half of this year, we are going to be launching new programs that are in the innovation, the tech space, and also the circular ecosystem, where we are talking about the possibilities that are there in the electronic waste, in the e-waste technology, and encouraging as many youths, as many girls, as many women to be able to join. So when you join our networks, you will access that information. When you join our website, when you do your inquiries through our WhatsApp channels, through our social media pages, you are able to access all these type of programs and upcoming programs. But our current meeting space is either at the Greenpeace Africa, which is along Thika Road, the Obunifu Hub. And when we have initiatives for girls, we meet them along Gong Road, where we have a girls-only garage called Ching's Garage, that is opposite Baptist Church, where we have only girls repairing vehicles, only women repairing vehicles, doing the mechanical repairs, the service, engine oil service, and they do light body work like buffing and polishing and panel work. And you are all invited to join these spaces so that you can enjoy the opportunities that are there.
Wow, thank you for that invitation. And I hope that our viewers will take advantage of that. But probably in your advocacy and selection criteria, you have mentioned youth in STEM. Probably you could tell us what is STEM so that we don't think is that trunk of the tree. And then you tell us what kind of youth are you targeting? Are you targeting university graduates, or you are targeting youth of all manner of qualification academically, as long as they are within the youth bracket?
Okay, first, our target is 18 to 35.
Okay.
Which is the youth bracket. But we also have programs that we are launching for the high schoolers, because we are also targeting the younger generation that will take the mantle from the current generation, that they will grow with the knowledge about e-mobility. They will grow with the knowledge about the high tech that is out there. And especially when we look at our CBC learning programs, the curriculums that are there, where we are now talking about STEM pathways and other different pathways, preparing this generation to understand that when I take the STEM pathway, this is what will be expected of me. This is what I will find ahead. So our target is within the learning institutions. We have partnered with triple IE clubs, the engineering clubs, where STEM actually means science, technology, engineering, and maths. And we also focus on STEAM, where we have science, technology, engineering, and we also have the arts part of it, where we are encouraging the art part of it in the circular ecosystem, where there is the reuse, reduce, recycle, because we have an art arm of STEM where it has everything to do with recycling. And that part of recycling is an area where our youths who have also done STEM can come in. They just need to understand what area of recycling can they focus on. So all these youths fit in that category. So when they come in, we have youths that are in tech. We have youths that are in, let's say they're doing microbiology space. There are those that are in medicine. There are those that are in agriculture. There are those that are in civil space. And there are those that they are actually in the auto engineering space or the engineering space. So we are able to guide them on the opportunities that are there and where they need to open their eyes on when it comes to building their capacity to be able to fit in a space that has all these things where that single qualification is not enough.
Wow. I agree with you.
Yes.
Because every time I attend I would say climate change discussions and e-mobility discussion, one of the biggest worry as we get to that ramp up time, like where we now move from pilots to scaling up in big numbers, one of the biggest worries is the capacity, whether we have the capacity to support or the carbon project we are developing in Kenya, or the electric bikes we want to import to Kenya. And I think the work you are doing, honestly, it's very, very commendable.
Thank you.
And I hope, as you have mentioned, you will get more development partners to join into this mission.
Yes.
But maybe as we now get into a concrete type of discussion, what type of, let's say, technical expertise do you think is required in this sector that you feel like the youth actually don't have and it is immediately needed?
Okay. First, I would say, and I say this with a lot of humility, it is not enough to just graduate. It is not enough to just get that degree paper and now tarmac with it, doing applications, 100 applications a day, 500 applications a day. It's not enough. And unfortunately, this is the truth that we are telling our women, our girls, our youths, that unfortunately you have that degree, well and good. It is a step towards improving yourself, towards improving your skill set. Because with that paper that you have with a degree, with a diploma, you now fit into a space where you can be able to understand the conversations that are there. It's like during our time. It came a time where if you didn't have a computer package certificate, you were not going to go any far. And it became a requirement. So it is the same way in this green skills requirement space. When you have that degree, it actually elevates you. It puts you at an advantage point where you can be in the room and understand the conversations that are there. The second thing is that I have always told our youths that a TVET course today has value the same way like a degree course. It depends on how you will repackage yourself. So what I am always encouraging our youths is to understand that to be in the room where we are talking about building a talent pipeline for a green skills capacity, to be accommodated in these types of jobs, not only locally, but internationally, across borders. It's the way you repackage yourself. When it comes to how much more have you pushed yourself to learn in that area of understanding that you're seeking. Let's say you want to learn a course on solar panel. Let's say you want to learn a course on e-waste. Let's say you want to learn a course on EVs. Let's say you want to learn a course on BYD batteries. Let's say you want to learn a course on recycling of the EV batteries. How much are you willing to push yourself to be able to accommodate such a course? Either online, all checking,
Self-taught.
self-taught, or even checking whether there is that course locally. And that's why Youth in STEM and E-Mobility Network comes in to help you to actually share with you where these opportunities are. But at the same time, we know there's a very huge gap with our manufacturing sector in the EV space. The sellers of the two-wheelers, the three-wheelers, even the four-wheelers, even the buses and the trucks. We still don't have an open table or an open door policy where they can actually say that we need 50 youths like today to be able to train them on two-wheelers. And I really like what Spyro Academy is trying to do. And I am looking forward into partnering with them in one of these fine days, because what they are trying to do is really, really required for our youths and for our women.
What are they doing?
They are trying to open up their academy to the youths, but they have a certain structure that you must be able to fit in to be able to learn from their academy. But I believe that with time, they will find the need to be able to open their academy to as many youths, as many women, as many girls, because I know the rigidity of all these companies is trying to protect the knowledge, trying to protect their technical expertise, trying to protect the blueprint on the type of knowledge that is in their either two-wheelers, three-wheelers, their four-wheelers, because of the competition that is there. But I want to be able to challenge these manufacturers and these companies that have come in that are actually selling these EVs, the two-wheeler companies, the three-wheeler companies. It is the high time that we actually got a platform for learning for our youths, even if it will be the basic learning of what is a two-wheeler, what is in a two-wheeler, what is in a three-wheeler, what is in a four-wheeler, and what is in that bus and in that truck. So the biggest challenge I see where I might answer that question halfway is that on the other side of the table, there is a huge gap and a huge valley, because what the business owners want to employ is not what they are getting from the talent pipeline that is there. And when we reach out to find out what type of skill set are they looking for, and there is a pushback from us when we tell them, how can you be looking for such a skill set when you've not even disseminated even a percentage of the knowledge to this particular talent line that you're looking into onboarding? So what we are trying to do is at least look for what is the minimum skill set that you're looking for in our youths. Is it a STEM course only, or if we have a youth who has pushed themselves, they've been in internship exposure where two-wheelers are. They've been in an internship exposure where three-wheelers are, where four-wheelers are. What duration of internship would you be confident with to say that you can absorb this talent in this type of capacity as an electrician, or as a panel beater, or as a technical person in your unit? And those questions, I want to say, Joseph, the answers are not yet coming through.
Faith, I wish you all the best in that battle. I know it's not an easy one. Of course, there is the question of intellectual property. There is the question of innovations, and protection against competition. So we understand, and hopefully you get a solution towards that. So maybe in our next video, because we want to do a series of videos with you,
Okay.
because today was a bit more generic, telling us, globally what you do, but like what specific STEM sector or e-mobility sector would you like us to discuss next, and why should our viewers, prepare for our next video?
Okay. First, I know when we started, I went straight into talking about the passion I have for our youth and our women. I would love to share that I am the current chair G100 Mission Million Global Women Network, chairing the renewable green alternatives and green women actually in Kenya. A nomination that has come through from India, where we have a group of great women across the world championing for immobility, for women, for our youths, for our girls, and empowerment in terms of STEM skills and the tech skills. And the type of programs that we're gonna have after this will focus on specific areas when it comes to the innovation technology, which areas is actually Africa looking at, anchoring our youths, our girls, and our women in a way that we have a win-win. And without even having to think very hard, we all know that Africa is like the dump site for ICE vehicles. And I love the policies that our nation, Kenya, is introducing, and other nations also embracing the policy on ICE vehicles. The year of manufacturers. Now we are at 10. No vehicle should hit the road in our nation if it is older than 10 years. And as we go, we are going to start seeing where our youths and our women and our girls can anchor in when it comes to the element of innovation. Because in the two-wheeler and the three-wheeler space, a lot of innovation technology is required. And at the same time, understanding that we have AI that has come in. We are already talking about autonomous cars, the self-driven cars. And that is a technology where if a youth has done STEM, if a youth is in tech, they are able to venture into and be able even to work remotely. Or they can be absorbed in another area of the world, another part of the world, because Africa is where the next talent pipeline is coming from. The 30 million green skills acquirement will come from Africa. And so I am really keen into championing about the reskilling, the upskilling, and upskilling capacity of our youths, of our girls, of our women, in all these areas that have tech, STEM, AI, and all other sector that touches of technology. Yes.
Thank you very much. I think if we continue like this, we might speak until tomorrow.
Yes.
But we want also to reserve some content for the next video.
Yeah.
But my take home is actually your last statement, where you have said that your work is to ensure that Africa produces at least 30 million green skills.
Yes.
I think in the next century.
Yes.
Yes. And we'll continue doing these videos to educate our viewers. And hopefully that youth and young people can reach out to you through the channels that you have communicated. And definitely we look forward to having you again on our channel to continue this discussion.
Thank you very much. I will say that we have opportunities for volunteerism. So any youth who is out there, any girl, any women, they can reach out using our channels. Very much welcome.
Thank you very much. Mungu akubariki.
Thank you.
Haya, asante.
Asante.